The Blue Boy by Thomas Gainsborough returns to the National Gallery 100 years since it was sold to American railway magnate Henry E. Huntington. It's set among other work by Gainsborough and paintings by Sir Anthony van Dyck, whom Gainsborough admired and emulated. The painting had become world famous by 1921 and sold for a record sum. It was in January the following year that it began its journey to the United States, leaving behind a saddened British public. At the time, shortly after the First World War, reviewers made the analogy between the grief over lost youth on the Western Front, followed by yet another loss, that of the Blue Boy. The painting found its home at the Huntington Library, Art Museum and Botanical Gardens in California and has never been sent out on loan since, until now. Christina Nielsen, director of the Art Museum at Huntington, says it's unlikely to happen again.
This is the only time we've considered lending it seriously. We just finished a 2-year conservation project. We know that the painting is in great condition. And visually looks spectacular. So 100 years to the day, we have him back on view for the public in the UK, and we're thrilled to be doing so.
Nielsen says the Blue Boy has become one of the most beloved Old Master paintings in America.
We receive about 1 million visitors a year, and virtually everyone who comes to the Huntington makes a beeline to see the Blue Boy.
This full-length portrait was created during Gainsborough's time in Bath between 1759 to 74, a period when the artist's style and practice changed dramatically. Christine Riding, the curator of the exhibition, talks about this influential time of Gainsborough's life.
And there's this great moment when the likes of Van Dyck were kind of revealed to him through private collections, and that absolutely is the case in a very famous group painting. Enormous work of art by Van Dyck at Wilton House does seem to have been a real lightning rod for so many artists of the period.
Riding says Van Dyck could represent the human form and give it an innate sense of authority, of power.
Exactly the same thing happens in the Blue Boy. It's pared right down to the figure with this idyllic landscape in the background. Who knows where that is? And suddenly you're really focusing on this figure, and you're focusing on the pose, the expression, such as you do have with Van Dyck, but equally you're looking at the brushworks. So it's a performance both in terms of the figure, but it's a performance in terms of the artistry, in terms of the paintiness of it.
The identity of the Blue Boy was never known, which Riding says has allowed the painting itself to wander through the centuries and be of inspiration to subsequent artists. You have until May 15th to come and admire the original and much copied work. Neil Woodrow, NTD News, London.